Hi there, ladies and gentlemen, this is Eastwood for Life Fan here, back with another monthly update video, and this is movie pickups update for the month of March 2022. So for this update, I have one DVD, some Blu-rays and some 4K collector's editions. So let's get to this update, and we'll start off with the only DVD, and this was actually sent to us by my good buddy Mike from Daig Films, our trade package number 2, which I did do a separate video of, so I'll just briefly go through some of those items that he had sent to us. And this one, Fantastic Four, the animated series from the 1960s, which only ran for one season, containing 20 episodes, created obviously by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. This was a favourite of mine. Only one season, 20 episodes, which was a real shame because they did try to do another series of this in the late 1970s, replacing Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, with that silly robot, but I always preferred this one. I'm currently watching at the moment, actually, so yeah, I'm happy with this bootleg copy because the Hanna-Barbera release of this, very hard to track down, and I've never seen it sort of priced on eBay, but yeah, happy with this one, this bootleg copy of the animated cartoon series from the 1960s of the Fantastic Four, which I am looking forward to the new Marvel movie of it, hoping that they do it right this time. On to the Blu-rays now, and part of that trade package I'll briefly show was the Kino Lorber US release of this famous sci-fi anthology series, The Outer Limits, season 1. I do have season 2. Many great movie stars went to appear on this iconic series, and you do get Robert Duvall, Donald Pleasance and Warren Oates and Martin Sheen have appeared on this series, and this one contains 32 episodes, only ran for 2 seasons from 1963 to 1964, and I much wanted to see this one to compare it with the other hit series at the time, anthology series, The Twilight Zone, The Outer Limits. So a lot of watching with 32 episodes of this famous series. The next movie, and this was actually sent to us by Sir Alan Kermits Ghost, which I'll read the note in the Out and About video, which Alan always does every Monday. A couple of weeks ago there was a title that I saw in a CEX local store from up his end of the country, the Chinese Boxer, the 88 Films release, and I asked him if he could try and grab that one, a second-hand copy. I think it was going for around about £8, and Alan sent me the movie saying that he had the movie and it was coming my way, asking for my address. I'm really happy that he's was going to help us out. So he sent a note with us. Hi Carlos, here is the film you asked for, The Chinese Boxer. Unfortunately, they didn't have a copy in CEX when I went back, so I picked you up a copy from HMV. No charge, mate. All the best. Alan, also known as Kermit's Ghost. So I was expecting a second-hand copy, and when I pulled the movie out of this jiffy bag, not knowing if it was from Alan, I got The Chinese Boxer, brand new, sealed from HMV, which Alan had to pay full price for, which was £15. I certainly wasn't expecting that. Big thank you, Alan. You really did go out your way to pick up this movie for us and not to disappoint us. So it's a huge honour that you went out your way to pick this movie and to send out to us, The Chinese Boxer, which I have watched Really did enjoy this martial arts movie. I watched a lot of martial arts movies in the VHS days with the likes of Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris and Jackie Chan. But a lot of the Shaw Brothers martial arts movies, they were very difficult to have in some of the VHS stores. And I've always wanted to check out the Shaw Brothers movies. This one, The Chinese Boxer, which is released only a couple of months ago, directed and starring Jimmy Wang Yu. Highly violent martial arts movie, and it does come with the booklet, which we'll show. And I have ordered another Jimmy Wang Yu martial arts movie, The One-Armed Boxer, and I was actually googling through his career when I come across some information that I did not know, because he only recently just passed away on April the 5th on a Tuesday, which is a huge blow to the world of martial arts, because I did not know actually that Jimmy Wang Yu, he was the Asian martial arts superstar before Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, so he kind of paved the way for those greats. And he died at the age of 79, and after watching the features of this and enjoying this great movie, I want to get some more martial arts movies, Shaw Brothers martial art movies. So guys, yeah, try to track this one down if you're a big martial arts fan, because this the first pressing of The Chinese Boxer on the 88 Films online site is now sold out. The Chinese Boxer. So I'm really looking forward to getting some more martial arts movies. No thanks to Alan, Kermits Ghost, for sending this movie, and I do love this limited slipcover. So for those who haven't subbed to Alan's great channel, Kermit's Ghost, please do so, because he is a true gentleman in our movie collecting community on YouTube. So Alan, I will try to send you something in return to say thank you. The Chinese Boxer. The next movie is a US edition from the Warner Archives collection. This is Freebie and the Bean, starring Alan Arkin and James Caan. A cop buddy action comedy movie. This one, two San Francisco cops. They try to bring down a local crime boss. Yeah, this movie was recommended to us by Ramon, the Dutch film buff. And straight away I watched the trailer and I thought, you know, I definitely do want a copy of this, Freebie and the Bean. And the next movie is an Italian edition, which I've been trying to grab the extended edition of this movie. Gangster classic directed by Sergio Leone in 1984, his last movie. This is Once Upon a Time in America, starring Robert De Niro and James Woods. Now, you can get a UK and US and special collector's edition from Italy, but this one is a newer release, a lot cheaper, from Italy, and it contains the 251-minute director's extended cut. I've only seen the 229 minute European cut of this gangster movie set in the 1930s in the Jewish community in New York. And it has a great soundtrack by Ennio Morricone. So yeah, guys, if you want to pick this one up and you tried certain sites on eBay in the UK or in the US and can't pick it up, then I do suggest picking up this kind of cheaper version, because the packaging is not that great. It's been a while since I've revisited this one, Once Upon a Time in America. Next three movies are Denzel Washington movies, and of late I've been picking up a few movies each month. This one sent to us from Mike, Daig Films, Spike Lee movie from the early 1990s, Malcolm X, starring Denzel Washington, kind of like a epic life and times movie of the African and American Muslim minister. Also, he was a human rights activist in the 1960s, and this is like the US digibook. I have not seen the full movie because this is a very long movie, Malcolm X, but I have been going through a lot of his movies from his career of late, and this is a big movie from his career, Malcolm X, early 1990s. The next one, John Q. I do remember watching this one, early 2000. Very underrated one. This one where a father goes out of his way and out of character to save his dying son, who needs a operation, and he goes through a drastic measure to make sure that he has an important operation in hospital. John Q. And I actually forgot it had such a strong cast with Robert Duvall, James Woods, and also Ray Liotta. John Q. Very underrated one, this one. Very versatile actor, Denzel Washington. And the last Denzel Washington movie is Out of Time. This one was set in Florida. This is a cop thriller. I always remember this one because it had the beautiful Eva Mendes. I think it was probably the first movie I'd ever seen her in, and yeah, extra reason to watch this movie when you get eye candy as beautiful as that in a movie. Out of Time, Denzel Washington and Eva Mendes. This is the US edition. Next stack of movies are Kevin Costner movies. This one of my personal favourite Kevin Costner movies, easily in my top 10 Kevin Costner movies. This is No Way Out from the late 1980s. This is the German edition of No Way Out, starring Kevin Costner, Gene Hackman and Sean Young, a Navy officer. He gets involved in a woman, and he has a case where there's a murder cover-up with a politician played by Gene Hackman, and Kevin Costner, he gets involved in the actual case himself with Sean Young. But yeah, very underrated movie, this one, No Way Out. A great pairing, Gene Hackman and Kevin Costner. As far as I know, I don't think there's a UK release of this one. There is an American release as well from Shout Select, which is pretty pricey. But yeah, very tense drama movie, this one, No Way Out. Finally picked this one up, classic western, Dances with Wolves, in this Steelbook edition. I had a kind of normal Amaray release of this one. Huge box office hit, this one, winner of 7 Academy Awards, Best Picture and Best Director, and one of the highest grossing movies when it came out. Kevin Costner in this great western where he plays kind of like a lieutenant assigned to kind of a Civil War outpost, and he has to contest with a kind of tribal group of Indians, Native Americans. It's been a while since I've seen this one, and it does have the extended cut, 2 cuts of the movie, the theatrical cut and also the extended cut, and it is a 3-disc US Shout Select release of Dances with Wolves, one of the big movies from Kevin Costner's career. And another box office hit, this one from the early 1990s, The Bodyguard, which wasn't the greatest movie, where Costner plays a bodyguard who's assigned to protect a R&B singer played by Whitney Houston in a pretty good role for Whitney Houston. I didn't don't think she had appeared in many movies at that time. But yeah, there was plans of making this movie in the 1970s with Steve McQueen and Diana Ross, but that never happened. But yeah, this one earned over $400 million at the box office with the help of the Whitney Houston #1 smash single, which helped boost the profile of this movie, The Bodyguard. And another Kevin Costner movie from the 1990s. This is Earp, which kind of was a box office flop, even though it did have a great cast with Dennis Quaid and Gene Hackman, and it was directed by Kevin Costner. But this problem with this, it came out 6 months after Tombstone, which is the better Western, but this one is a pretty good one, a masterpiece. Yeah, it's not as good as Dances with Wolves, but it's still a decent, solid Western. Earp. And the last Kevin Costner, well, it's not a movie actually, it's the hit TV series of Yellowstone, which I think they're coming up to the 5th season, where this one is about a ranching family in the US who has its conflicts in a kind of shared border. And they have a large cattle ranch, and they have hassles with kind of like with land developers. And yeah, I haven't seen an episode of this, I should say, but what I've seen on the trailer, it really does look like a great series starring Kevin Costner, and I can't wait to get into this hit series, Yellowstone, which I'm actually gonna probably start watching at the weekend. Onto the 4K titles now, and they are all three are collector's editions. This one I did do a separate video of, The Godfather 50th anniversary collector's edition, which I did do a separate video of this epic release. It comes in this gigantic photo album, and I'll show the back. So if you did miss that video, it's the video before this update. And if you're thinking about picking up this collector's edition, I do go in full detail showing this edition off, the 50th anniversary of the Godfather movies. Great set. So yeah, that video is still on the channel. And the last two 4K collector's editions are from Arrow Video, which no doubt a lot of you would have picked up. Upgraded this one because I did have the Blu-ray collector's edition of An American Werewolf in London, which there are complaints that why didn't Arrow Video do something a little bit different, but actually I don't mind that they've actually repeated the same sort of packaging items, like the booklet and the posters and the movie cards. But because, you know, this is one of my favorite Arrow Video editions, this one, Robocop and The Thing, so I was happy to pick this one up. I mean, you are really just picking up the 4K transfer of this great horror classic directed by John Landis. A horror movie favourite for me. It's one of my top 10 horror movies and my all-time werewolf movie, this one, starring Griffin Dunn and David Norton, An American Werewolf in London, and it does have a stack of features for this great movie. And the last collector's edition from Arrow Video, I had to, and I've done a similar sort of thing with Robocop, this sci-fi action futuristic movie starring Peter Weller and Nancy Allen, directed by Paul Verhoeven. This one, Robocop, exactly the same edition as the Blu-ray collector's edition, with the same packaging and more or less the same features. But yeah, I look forward to revisiting this one in 4K, and easily one of my, like I said before, one of my favorite Arrow video collector's edition. So I didn't mind buying kind of like this, you know, rebuying this edition again, but you're only just buying the 4K movie transfer. So guys, that's all I picked up in March. Let us know what you think of all those movie titles, and if you have seen Yellowstone, the Kevin Costner hit TV series, and try picking up that Jimmy Wang Yu movie, the Chinese boxer, before it goes for crazy money. And also please sub to the great channel of Sir Alan, Kermit's Ghost. The link will be in the description box down below. So guys, till the next video, stay healthy and well, and as always, keep on collecting.